Do you know where Lieutenant Mingus is right now? So no, he's not in the building?
I don't know. I'm not.
What do you know? I'm not telling you nothing else until I find out who's driving that vehicle. You not a supervisor, bro. I need somebody higher than you right now.
Today's video takes us to a boat in California. Yeah, it's docked at the boat slip, but old Colton Wood is on it, and I'm going to call him Woody from now on. Yeah, old Colton Wood is going to be Woody. And he's ranting and raving. He's out of his bloody mind. He has no thought process at all, as you will see as you watch this video. So let's all sit back, watch, have a good laugh, and most of all, enjoy, Woody!
That depends on how this is applied, but you have to remember that there's a difference between a public forum and my business. Anything you say on my channel is the equivalent to walking into a store, talking to the owner in front of all the other customers. Okay? So you can't say shit about possum fucking in my store. What would you do if you were at Walmart and some bum came in and started talking about ass dribbling in your store? You tell them to leave. Okay? It's not a public forum. It's my business. YouTube comments are not public forums, though you're commenting on a video. A video is intellectual property. It's an art piece. And even my educational or stuff about government, to make it simple, it's just considered an art piece. Editorial stuff, news journalist stuff, is like an art piece. That's all. It's an intellectual property.
Oh, I definitely have to troll this yahoo. There's something wrong with this guy. Oh, that's the understatement of the year, isn't it? Oh, yeah, he's off his rocker.
It's like a movie. Like, if you go to see Rambo, other people don't get to add their text around the screen. You can't associate it with that. Okay, I have the right to control what is allowed in the comment section on my video. And I have a channel. I've grown that channel. And gaining popularity in the algorithm and stuff is not easy. So I've done the work to bring people here. And I've made these videos and suffered and done the work. And it's all a lot of bad stuff. I'm the one that did all that to bring people there. So you don't get to show them. Pick another crazy thing, Richard Carmichael's all pedophile, or the Troll Brigade Mafia that he created, said, take your pick. You don't get and personal information about me. That's not the forum. The forum is, I have 4 channels and they're different. Like, the idea is the Service Star channel, that's very topic specific, and that's what you should be talking about. Not stalkers, not personal shit. You should be talking about the Americans with Disabilities Act and the police harassing disabled people and not respecting the rights and the ramifications.
This is the yahoo behind the camera. Calls himself the hard tard. I call him Woody. I don't want to say his full name because then he'll try to sue me for doxing him. Yeah, he lives on a boat and he's always being evicted from a boat slip. I don't know what his deal is, but I think he's a funny guy. Let's continue with this rant.
I can hear in my own voice and tone and the look of my I'm depressed and like unable to function at correct. I almost always have a sterner voice, and the voice went out too. I'm almost always more mad than this. I've lost a certain edge to my voice, I hear, but I can't help it. My soul is broken. Oh, middle school, the neighbor girls going up the street just broke me. I cried so hard. I wept. Like, I was jumping when people said to me at the bus stop. Like, I was just absolutely floored. And it was right before I went to jail over Dayson, too. Like, I was dealing with a hyper-traumatic event. Like, it was bad. I didn't realize something would affect me like that. I've never heard from anyone from my childhood. I don't have friends. That was the whole thing. The neighbor girls were the only people I ever got to associate with in my life, and never heard from them again. Of course, I wasn't allowed to use the phones, and that includes to call them. Like in in 8th grade when I tried to get pussy.
You tried to do what, Woody? You tried to get some what? Oh, in 8th grade. Boy, I tell you, my dad would have kicked my ass if I'd have talked like that in 8th grade. Well, I know times have changed, Joe. Let's carry on, see what Woody says about all this.
That time period, when I would try to call them, it was long distance. So my mother, one, monitored the call, and two, I had to work. I had to labor at the $2 an hour rate. They're raised a couple times. It was low 2s to mid 2s to when I was like 17, like just over 3. But I had to pay for that. And I wasn't allowed on the phone a lot, like at all, with anybody. There was lots of strict rules, and I did not do any phone stuff, like none. Not like I did not talk to people at all until like 17, and then not really that much. And that was monitored, and that went beyond 18.
So, now we understand why he's all screwed up today. His mama and daddy kept him in the house and wouldn't let him have a girlfriend. And he needed some pee. Yeah, some pee, you know what. Yeah, that's what's wrong with the lad. And he's still not getting any, is he?
So the best friends of childhood, bar none, were intercepted by the stalkers. They straight up told me, and she was worried they're going to hack her and stuff, and that could easily happen, or might even have happened. Like, yeah, you subscribed to them. She was telling, when she found me and talked to real me, she said, oh, we found all your channels, and told me all of them, and she told the stalker channel. I'm like, no, that's not me. So she went and subscribed to my stalker channel and started talking to them and approached them as me. And that was really, we only talked a couple of times. Well, hold on, 0. She sent me some messages and never talked to me and ghosted me. And it broke my heart in a way that, and it sealed some, like, I don't have time, it's a long vlog, but they, the only girls the kid ever like made out with and played doctor with and shit, and it got to the point in like 8th grade that I did tell them, no, 7th grade, 7th specifically. It was the year Mark Gregory assaulted me. I got in trouble for defending myself. And that came up in this, but I told him I didn't want to hang out with him at all anymore because it weirded me out, and it was just blue balling me, making me so horny.
Woody, that's way too much information, bro. Keep that stuff to yourself, sweetheart.
I was like, I can't deal with this anymore. I can't. I don't want to do this, and I don't want to go out. Like, just leave me alone. I want to go home. And they said I couldn't. They wouldn't allow me to because it entertained them. They ran from out of town to stay with their grandma up the street, and there was no one else. But I'll never forget that, Melissa, the 2 girls that wouldn't let me get away. Like, I tried to stop it. Like, I can't deal with this. It's emotionally upsetting. And blue balling a guy isn't fun, but for the guy. It's just funny to the girls. And I served as entertainment, like one of these LOL cows, so my emotions don't matter. But also, besides that, it was the only social interaction I ever had. So, you remember it, even if you wish you didn't.
Yeah, well, this is what happens to kids when they're deprived. Yeah, and I'm serious, man. I think he was deprived as a child. It sounds like his mama held him back, and he said he had blue balls. I think he's got brass balls, man. Why would you come on here and talk about this? Oh, that's right, because of his mental illness. My bad.
And I gave her my phone number. I risked giving her my phone number over YouTube. And it's 2 sisters, too. The other one's a tranny. the one I technically asked out to be my girl. Although I did get the balls of this, and we're talking about how emotionally traumatic the stalker shit is to me. How much damage they did. Like, the black girl was bad, but this. Kimberly said something about choosing one time, asking me to choose between the two, because I would make out both of them. But they started it. I think I did supposedly kiss Kimberly when we were pretty young, like 9 or 10, and that would make sense because I tried that with my cousin. But let me put it this way: I didn't know how to jerk off yet, so I wasn't really trying to do nothing. Which is another thing I realized. Actually, I thought about that earlier before I was even recording.
Woody, why do you keep giving us all this information? We don't need to hear all this. But you continue because it's kind of crazy, isn't it, good people? Doesn't know how to toss off?
They would have known how to masturbate long before I did. And that means I'm clueless, just bumbling around. Like, yeah, try to kiss them, see their boobs and stuff, and I don't know what I'm doing until 13. I remember there's getting all worked up and horny and not releasing is not good for you, and that was nothing but it's not just them, it's everything. Like it was weird, but they surely knew, and it didn't come up. Maybe because we did shit like go to church and choir hymnal thing, Christmas, the midnight mass, not midnight mass, but the ceremony with the candles and all that. Oh my God. We were all relieved. But their grandma was like a hippie. And she was trying to encourage us to hook up. I know she was, because she wanted us to go camping. And my mother flipped and wouldn't allow it. And she put pressure on her, but it didn't work. But they're like, yeah, let him go camping. Me and 2 girls.
Now, wait a minute, Woody. If you don't know how to toss off, why are you so excited about going camping with 2 girls? It doesn't make a lot of sense, does it, good people? I don't know why he's telling everybody this, but let's continue to listen in for about another minute or so.
It would have been a life-changing affirmation. The fire that lit under my ass when I was 17 and a half and paid a prostitute to take my virginity would have come a lot earlier. Would have come in middle school. But they could have, like, and years later, after I'm worldly and I understand all about the world and I know what's going on, I just realized I understand what was going on and, like, why sometimes it was obvious I could get laid and sometimes I couldn't. It's because they get horny. Teenage girls get horny. And intellectually, I'm an ugly, clumsy, socially ignorant train wreck. So they're not interested in me intellectually, like in general, if there was any other option but the llamas. And on summer break or winter break, when they got 10 days down there with their grandma, like Kimberly's a slut. And they're teenagers alone. We're 15 years old and we're alone. They get horny. That's all there is to it. So in a time of desperation, she's like, oh, but nothing but desperation. And then when we were younger, the less hormonal pressure, not zero, but less hormonal pressure. Like it took me at 15. Like at 12, they weren't horny enough. Like, nah, but I'm pretty sure they were experienced too. But that brief period of about 2 years when I understood what sex was, and they were still coming over right in the middle of it, I told them, yeah, I don't want to see you anymore at all.
Well, I don't know about you good people, but that's about all I can listen to. That was about 40-minute live stream that he made, and I just can't listen to any more of it. there's something really wrong with somebody who would make a video about their sex life when they were a kid and then talk about it on YouTube. That ought to tell you right there, the lad's got problems. What do you think, good people? Yeah, not to worry, though. If you enjoy watching stupid people do stupid things on my channel, please subscribe. Because when it comes to yahoos like Colton here, woo-wee, what can I tell you? The list is endless, and the frauditing and fools will never stop on YouTube as long as they can make a couple of dollars. Please watch my other channels, including Dr. Dave Frauditor Terminator. Oh, there's plenty of fools over there to make you laugh. And then there's my main channel, which has over 6,000 video uploads for your viewing pleasures. I always tell people to find a job, and Colton, you're no exception. Your life is in the toilet. You know that, don't you, sonny boy? Get a job. Cheers to that, sweetheart.
What's his name? What's his name? I want his name. Hey, don't leave because you're detained, bro. What do you think about your service here today, ma'am?
You know what? If you're gonna be such a jerk.
He was being disorderly. He's being disorderly. And we're not breaking the law. We shouldn't have a problem here, right? Racist. Oh, that's a hate crime. You're being disorderly. Call the police. Call the police. Call the police. Lower your voice. You're getting aggressive now. If we're in public property, you have to have a crime in order to trespass us.
Said, take your hands out of your pocket.
I'm asking for a law.
We don't know what the heck you're going to do right
now.
there.
Sir, we're not doing anything wrong.
What's the Third Amendment?
Let me go talk to him.
Yeah, nobody knows the damn Third Amendment.
This guy's being disorderly, but it's okay because he's a cop.
Get away from me. Get away from me.
But you can citate them.
Yeah.
Are they going to be cited for disorderly conduct? In America, the land of the free, where we choose to do what we want as long as we don't break the law, who the hell do you think you are?
Fucking man, dude.
I'm not doing anything to
You're
you.
a bitch-ass punk.
I'm not doing anything to you.
Bitch-ass white shoe.
I'm not doing anything on you. Freedom of speech, he never said fighting words.
Those are fighting words.
How is that fighting words? If you feel like fighting, it's your problem. He's not doing anything wrong. I can guarantee you, sir, I can take a video of myself farting and thousands will see it.
Dude, you're in my space. Get away from me. Call the police, would you please?
Just know that we are the bosses, bro. We are. You're not. You have a gun? Yeah. It's your Second Amendment. Guess what? I have a camera. We're going to speak to the mayor about this. By the way, sir, you're in Auditing America with over 100 million views on the internet. I don't have to discuss my day with you. Who are you? Can you briefly, in one sentence, tell us what the Third Amendment is? You don't point your finger at people. We weren't harassing anyone. Oh, you assaulted me. I did. You assaulted me. She assaulted me.
Come on, we're on camera. We're on camera. Smack me, okay?
Let's talk about violence.
Come on, man.
Let's talk about violence.
Hey.
Get out of my face.
Hey.
Get out of my face. I'm not backing up. No, you asked me. I'm not.
If you touch her, you're gonna go to jail.
I'm not touching her.
Get back up.
I don't want to touch you.
Back up. Oh, the shit show at the post office. You should be crying about that line that you're making. My God.
Why are you crying about cameras?
I have an anxiety problem.
What's your name?
I don't answer questions. And that is why, my friends, Mr. America does what he does. And then you become a tyrant.
And we can nicely refuse.
I'm a tyrant. Who are you?
Who are you?
You're sitting here
Who are
recording
you?
people without their permission.
I'm a camera guy, and I'm in a public place. What's your problem, bro? I'm my own boss. I'm my own boss. I'm my own boss.
If I take their mask off, you will record yourself.
What you gonna? I bet you don't have the balls to do that. We have authorization.
I don't want to be on your camera.
Maybe being in a public
How
place is
about
not the
common
best.
courtesy?
Now it's your turn to walk away.
I can walk away whenever I really.
Walk away now.
Am I being detained?
No, that's why I just told you to
Okay,
walk
I'm
away.
free to
That's
leave.
the opposite of detainment.
Oh, okay, I'm free to leave.
So go ahead. Yes, please.
Okay, I'm free to stay too. Listen, bro. Slow your roll.
You have an appointment.
I'm not talking to you. What the Third Amendment is, and I'll be on my way. You don't have to tell me verbatim. You can just tell me briefly what's the Third Amendment about. Why'd you do that?
We asked you multiple times.
Okay, but why did you do that? I don't need to speak with you, sir.
Who you need to speak with?
Get away from me.
I'm not doing anything wrong. You're too close, bro.
Never break the law. I know my boundaries. I know where I'm at. I'm not interfering with anybody. I don't need you guys to explain to me how to behave myself. Take this one more personal because I've been in there and I know exactly what you guys do. I know exactly how you guys treat the inmates. Don't touch me. Don't you ever touch me again. All right? Keep your hands to yourself. Why are you touching me, bro? You are a Nazi, sir. And we can get you fired. You know that?
Traveling, we can ask you to leave.
You don't. You can ask, but I can nicely refuse if I'm engaged in a constitutionally protected activity. Hey, man, but you have a gun and I want you to stay away from me. Before you enter those doors, all of you stick your tongue in your asses. You touch me. You touch me. Why you put your hands on me? Why you put your hands on me though? You hit me. You can't go anywhere. Look at this guy is following me. Leave me alone. She hit me. She hit me. It's on video. She hit me, and now she's detained by the police. I have freedom of speech. You don't tell me what to do. Who do you think you are? Let's stay right here. No, you can't. You're escaping. Yeah, you're helping a criminal. That's a crime too. You were all up in my face. Why don't you get in my face again, stupid? I'm sick of you.
I don't think there's a crime that's been committed.
Well, you haven't made an investigation.
Okay, well, did he assault you?
What are you gonna arrest me for? Trespassing? What's the crime? You need a crime to trespass somebody in a public place. What's the crime?
Sir, I tried to explain.
What's the crime?
Clearly, you just want to argue.
Well, no, of course I want to argue. I've been violated right now.
First one.
You're required to know
What's the
this.
first one?
I'm asking you.
What's the first one?
I'm asking you, sir.
What's the first one?
What you tell me?
I'm asking you.
No, I'm asking you, sir.
Okay.
You don't give us orders. What don't you understand about that?